is Speaking with Gravity, a podcast where we talk about mental health and how everything affects everything. Each episode, the goal is to have a conversation that will make you think, make you feel, and make you do what is best for you. This isn't therapy, it's just a podcast.
I'm Curvin. Josh.
I'm Joshua.
And this is Sabrina, and she is our guest for today. Josh forgot where he was at.
It's a nice little blooper for us, guys. Yeah. Nice way to start off.
It's episode 50. Episode 50, and that's what we're doing.
So 50, let's go.
So we got Sabrina here today joining us, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because she can do it better than anybody else.
Yes.
Good morning. I'm Sabrina Miller. I am the executive director of Boys and Girls Club of the Lakelands. Just excited to be here. I've seen everybody else do it. Just wanted to, get in on this.
Okay, good deal. So today's episode is Lifestyles of the Prosperous and Normal. Now, I'm not sure who all is watching today or listening. I might be telling my age here, but there used to be a TV show that was called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. So it's just kind of like a little play on words because everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be famous.
When did that show come out?
That remains to be seen.
I was about to say, we can definitely show your age. That's fine.
Somebody can Google it. Somebody can Google it.
Well, I got my phone.
It was on for a long time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was on for a long time.
Don't know when it started, but
so that won't tell your age.
Okay,
because I watched it too.
Okay. All right, so Lifestyles of the Prosperous
my age.
and Normal. You have no idea what we talking about, DJ.
Are you serious?
I've heard of it actually, but I've never seen. I don't think I ever seen an episode. It's not one of those black and whites. It's not that old, is it?
No, Josh.
Really just say that?
Yeah, it did. No, Josh, it's not black and white. But all right, so here we are, man, and it's a big episode too. As I said earlier, this is episode 50.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a big deal, and once you're doing stuff and you just kind of doing it and you're going on all along, you don't always think about, man, this is a milestone for us. But that being said, going back into the title, Lifestyles of the Prosperous and Normal, I feel as if my life at this moment is prosperous.
Amen.
In its own unique way, because I'm able to do some of the things that I want to do, I've always wanted to do, and some things that I'm just figuring out that I want to do, and I'm able to get in there and get it done. So that's kind of dope. But typically what we do is the Twitter discussions, the QD of the hour, and the episode introduction. So with the Twitter discussion, I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Josh, you can do the QD of the hour.
All right.
But this is a pretty neat one when we're thinking about lifestyles. Before you define your goals, consider the question, do you want the lifestyle associated with your goals or just the experience? Oh Lord, I can't say this word. You gonna help me out? By differentiating between the two, you may find yourself achieving your goals faster than you thought possible. And with these Twitter discussions, you just try to come up with something. I usually go to Twitter, but sometimes I just surf the internet. Back in the day, that's what we used to do too. Just surf the internet. And then this came up and it related to us. Do you want your lifestyle associated with your goals or just the experience? Never thought about it in those terms.
Never thought about it like that, yeah. That's important though.
What do y'all think? If that question is posed to you, do you want the lifestyle, before you define your goals, consider this question. Do you want the lifestyle associated with your goals?
I think the older that I've gotten, I think I've thought more about the lifestyle that would come with my goals. I think when I was younger and I was setting goals, it was kind of like, ooh, I see this. You know what I mean? This is what I may want to aspire to. But as I've gotten older, it's like these goals of mine have become more personal and more realistic. And so I picture the lifestyle as well. So I think about the lifestyle as well. And and not just the experience. I mean, in the experience of even getting there, the journey, I think if your goals are something that's really personal to you, right, then I think that journey will be just as great of an experience. And you know, I think that's important to think about as well when you talk about your goals. It's the journey that it's going to take to get there.
You know, I in thinking about that too, and I'm coming back to you, Sabrina, but my goals kind of go together now. Like you were saying, Josh, when you're younger, you just say, oh, I want this car, or I want to graduate from college. And, you can get a car without graduating from college.
Right.
But once you start to have different experiences in life, everything starts to connect. I don't just want a job. I want a career, and I want this. Then your hobbies kind of connect with your career, because podcasting goes with therapy as far as I'm concerned, because it allows me to share, provide awareness of mental health. So all of these things start to go together as I'm setting these goals, and just then, like you said, with the experience, because they're starting to go together, you're not extended from one extreme to the other. And it's a beautiful thing. They open up, they wake up every day and do the things that you like to do.
Facts. And I think about this, when you're younger, a lot of times people set goals for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people have these expectations for you. And, and they'll think about the kind of lifestyle that they want you to have. They're kind of projecting that on you, right? Before you even get a chance to, discover yourself and say, hey, this is what I really want.
Yeah.
So, I think that's like another dynamic that comes into play there.
And I think you brought up a good point. It's about the projection of what others want. And when I think about the word lifestyle, that's what I think it is. I think that's a projection that we've seen somewhere, that someone else has set. And so for me, it's really all about the experience, right? And it's about the life experience, not the lifestyle, because there may be things in that lifestyle. So, we can think about different eras. I know that I'm probably the oldest person here, but we can think about different eras where the lifestyles were, the hippie lifestyle, whatever came with that. There was a point where, it was the nightlife or really fast life, and people that had a lot of money, they were doing a lot of this and that, but they were also doing, along with that lifestyle came drugs or, a lot of different things. So for me, it's never been about the lifestyle, because that's someone else's expectation. It's always been about the experience, because that's what's building and shaping my life. So I don't want the lifestyle, I want the life experiences. So.
Yeah, they definitely influence each other too.
Yeah.
So QD of the hour, Josh.
Yeah, so QD of the hour, these are quotable data, another version of fun facts, info for you to be able to give your friends, family, colleagues, co-workers, and church members. QD of the hour, even in the presence of early adversity, positive experiences in childhood can provide a foundation for creating better family health in adulthood. That's powerful.
Yeah, going back to when you were saying the importance of experiences, right? That's even noted here in this research. You can have adversity in your childhood. They were talking about childhood and relating it to later in adulthood, but it goes across the board. We're all going to have adversity at different points in times. But if we have those positive experiences to go along with them, it allows us to have a better outlook on life, better life in general, because we can pull on those positive experiences in the midst of adversity.
Most definitely.
So the ways in which people channel their time and energy with their engagement of activities is considered by most scholars a lifestyle. So that's more or less our definition for lifestyle today. The ways in which people channel their time and energy with their engagement of activities is considered by most scholars as a lifestyle. Living a healthy lifestyle can be up for debate in some circles, because healthy is subjective or influenced by personal feelings, taste, and opinions. In this episode, we'll attempt to give various components of a healthy lifestyle that positively impacts us physically, mentally, and emotionally. So right off the top, what's a healthy lifestyle?
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. And, going back again to what you were saying, Sabrina, you gave two different examples. It seems like two different eras. You had the hippie era, then you had the nightlife era. And I don't even know. And it seems like every so often we change.
Right.
As a society, we change on what our focus is. So for me, a healthy lifestyle is not based on the current times.
Most definitely, yeah.
But what I get happiness from. We say this, we've said this often in past episodes. You have to take time to yourself to get to know yourself and what you like. Going back to what you were saying, Josh, so that people don't influence you on what your lifestyle is going to be. Mm-hmm. You know how you feel, what your taste is, what your opinion is, and some of that's going to have to be a trial and error. It's going to have to be, you know what, let me try this. I don't know if I'm going to like it. Right. Let me try it, let me figure it out. So a healthy lifestyle for me is not even going to say the opposite, but not just falling into whatever the times say is the lifestyle to want to have or be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. I think you got to do your research and self-research and self-discovery, right? Like you're saying, because everything's a trend nowadays. There are a lot of things that's promoted that is healthy, like eating healthy and whatnot. And you got your basics, right, of a healthy lifestyle, like your spiritual connection. Your spiritual connections, eating healthy. Now, eating healthy for me might not be eating healthy for you, exactly. Because I might be allergic to something that's supposed to be good,
Yeah.
And, of course, you got your mental health, going back to the basis of this platform, and just your staying in shape and all that. So I feel like those foundations are in place, but, you got the foundations, but we all approach those differently, like you say. As we learn more about ourselves and whatnot.
And I think that's another example of how the lifestyle is set from someplace else, right? So we hear a lot about healthy lifestyles, the exercise, the eating good, and most of the time people stop there, right, for a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
They don't think about the mental and the spiritual.
Well, that's what's promoted, right? Those things that
just those things. If you're obese, then you don't live a healthy lifestyle. That's not always true, right? Because you could be heavier than what the journals suggest, but it could be that you have a healthy lifestyle. You still eat well. You see a lot of vegans that don't eat what they say is bad, but that doesn't keep them from being a little bit bigger, and so they feel like their lifestyle is healthy. But I think it's about what you do consistently that really is what defines your lifestyle, right? So you can do this as a trend. It's Lent, so I'm trying to give up candy, right?
Okay.
So does that make me have a healthy lifestyle just during Lent, or how does that? So I just kind of feel like even all of that is subjective to someone else's definition of what a lifestyle is.
Yeah. So y'all both said it. Lifestyle is more than just exercise and eating good. And, you kind of alluded to the spirituality. So if it's more than that, like for people that are listening who are like, all right, I hear what y'all saying, but what is lifestyle? Even though we done gave them the definitions, what really is it? And I say we gave them a definition because time and energy that you, the time and energy that you put into various activities. Mm-hmm. That being said, I like to travel, but traveling for me don't mean going. I don't have to. I want to. I don't have to go to Africa. I don't have to go to England or Hawaii. Traveling for me is just a 2-hour drive away, or a 3-hour drive away, and the ability to do that is a part of my lifestyle. Of course, going back to spirituality, a part of my lifestyle is going to church on a consistent basis. A part of my lifestyle is watching my kids engage in various activities. You know, one of my sons is a wrestler. My daughter plays tennis. Two of my girls.
I didn't know
play
that.
tennis.
She played
Yeah.
tennis. Tennis is dope, man.
I didn't say she was good.
More of us need to get into it. When I was young, I played tennis, but I got away from it when I got older.
I didn't say she was good.
Keep encouraging it, though.
That's right.
And I like going.
Howard Green?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What's
Howard
that?
Green.
What's that?
She'll get good.
Howard Green
He's a
is
trainer?
Yeah.
he's a trainer
Okay,
here
okay.
locally. I had a chance to meet him several years ago, so we already had somewhat of a previous relationship. But yes, being able to just go see them at their various activities and to see the growth, because I can say today that she's not good in my eyes, but what she's going to be in 3 years.
You are
or 4
brutally
years.
honest, you know?
Yeah.
You are
I try to be.
brutally honest, you know?
And you hope that.
And that's part of my lifestyle. That's part of my lifestyle,
I love
to
it.
be brutally honest, because I don't want, once they leave my home, I don't want them
I love it.
to not understand, or not to understand when somebody's just being honest or when they're being mean and so on and so forth. Because I'm not being mean.
You're encouraging with it, though. I know, yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
being mean.
Yeah, but you-
Let's just
And I'm
hope
horrible
that-
too. I'm horrible too at
That
tennis.
they don't.
You what?
They
I'm
don't
horrible.
take it that way, but maybe they're accustomed to it, to their dad's brutal honesty. 'Cause,
We're gonna have to bring them on the podcast to see if they used to it.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I
Yeah.
think.
So
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about, as you were saying some of those things, your habits a lot of times end up being your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Your habits
Yeah.
end up being your lifestyle. Good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to be careful about that then, right? What are our habits? We have to be intentional about what our habits are.
You do.
And if we're not because some things just happen. You just happen to do stuff. But sitting with yourself, going back, and just really thinking about past experiences and past things that I do from day to day can help you realize what that habit is. And if it's beneficial for you, keep it. If it's not beneficial for you, then let it go.
Yeah. And you have to do those self-awareness checks very often.
Yes, yes.
Just really looking at everything that you do. I always think about it, and I tell my daughters that are 31 and 17, which means I'm getting a little bit old.
Just a little bit.
But life is really kind of simple. You take a piece of paper and you fold it. And every activity that you do, and it starts with getting up in the morning, right? It's either going to further your advancement towards your goals, or it's going to take you away from it, right? Because if your goal is to live a life where you have the ability to meet your obligations, travel, have fun, do these things, then you have to get up, right? And if you don't get up, then it's on the other side of the paper. And and that's literally how I have trained them to really make decisions in their life. It's either on this side or it's on that side. And you can, look at anything that you have to do. I don't care if it is taking a nap. If you knew you had
is
other
healthy.
things to do, right? Is taking this nap going to help you meet those goals, or is it going to, keep you from it? It becomes kind of simple, right?
Yeah, definitely. I like that. Is it going to help me meet my goal for that day, or is it going to hurt me?
Right.
Because taking a nap can prevent you. You got this to do.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna take this nap because I'm tired. But when you get up, you ain't gonna want to complete that task that you could have done before you took the nap.
Right.
But you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself in
Yeah,
order to do
you
that.
do.
I think it's a good challenge for everybody too, who's out there watching, and for us, right? Incorporate one new habit into your day that you feel like is going to help you for the next month. So I'm gonna tell you one thing that I started doing. Right, I read somewhere online, like if you work out in the morning, early in the morning, like it sets your circadian rhythm or something like that. I'm not a linguist, but yeah, and so I've started doing that, and it has profound effects on your day.
Yeah.
On the start of your day, when I don't, it just feels a little different. I'm still able to get at it, but it's like I'm ready to go, and as I'm working out, sometimes, it's like my brain just kind of opens up a little bit. Maybe it's oxygen flowing.
Yeah.
I'm not a biologist either. I'm not an expert on any of these things, but I'm just saying,
you know
experience.
what you feel.
You know what you feel.
Yeah.
You know what you feel.
Yeah.
And so just incorporating one good habit, I think, into your lifestyle a month, right? Into your routine a month, that could do profound things for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you gotta be intentional again, like we were saying, right?
You gotta be intentional.
Like the reason for me doing it is because I wanted to. I had gotten into a habit of, I was working. It was becoming routine,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be more creative, and that helped me a lot, I think. So yeah, one habit a month, I think.
Yeah. And I've done that as well. I've gotten out of it in the last year.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the effect?
Yeah, you could tell the difference when you get up early and you go work out. Even with getting up early, I was last year old when one of my friends I was talking to, one of my friends, shout out to Legend, and he was saying, it was just a random casual conversation that we were having. He was like, yeah, most successful people are known to get up between 4 and 6 in the morning. And, he said it just kind of, just in casual conversation, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went and looked it up and did my little research, and pretty consistently you see highly successful people waking up between 4 and 6 in the morning. Some of them work out, some of them just get up, and they got a routine. Yeah. Typically, they have a routine that may include working out and it may not, but they have a routine that starts early in the day, and then they go about their daily. And like you were saying, be more creative. It allows them to have more of, I feel as if it allows them to have more control over what they want to do.
I think you start your day earlier. I'm a soldier at heart still, so
Thank you for your service again. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How many years?
6 years.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you. But that early stays with you. So, those experiences led to a lifestyle of, getting up early and seizing the day, right? Carpe diem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 5 a.m., I'm wide awake. I want to see. And all the time I'm not getting up, and as you know, I'm not doing any exercise.
I don't know that.
Look, I only do 12 minutes of exercise.
Right, and that could be enough, but I am meditating.
Okay.
And I am using that time to be quiet and, take advantage of the stillness and allowing that to, allow me to think through my day. There's something to be said about not getting up, rushing, and moving straight into something that you're required to do, but having an opportunity to take some time for yourself and just being with yourself.
That is
You'd be
important.
surprised at what you can come up with, create, think about, get great ideas early in that morning hour.
Going back to what you were saying about your little ones, how do your choices and for your lifestyle or just choices in general that you've had, how have you seen them affect your children or children that may have been around you for an extended period of time?
I can tell you that children do a lot more of watching than listening, right? They do listen, and we learn that they are listening when we ask them something and they say, well, you're not doing that, right? But I think that I'm the mother of 2 daughters, so it was always really important for me to set good examples for them, recognizing the young ladies that I wanted them to grow into. So I think that any good habits, one of the best that I think that I've given to them is reading. So that has always been a major part of our lives. We still do book clubs with each other. It's just a habit that they've always seen, and that was something that I always saw my parents do, was read. And so just that one thing, I think, is a very conscious choice that I wanted them to see, that I wanted them to know how the importance of, because they can learn so much from it.
Yeah.
And so as I see them encouraging their friends or, you know, their significant others to do that and making that a healthy habit and something that, you know, we started when they were kids, it makes me know that something as simple as that can have a profound impact. And it also led me to know that each of my actions were being watched, and the things that I wanted them to, you know, continue were the things that I had to do consistently. Those were the things that came the biggest part of our lifestyle. That was, you know, taking vacations and recognizing that you do need time away. So taking them on annual vacations, making sure that they went to church, doing those things that were important that you want them to keep up. Now, those things that they didn't want to do, of course, they're old enough now that they change them, but
Yeah. And they may come back to that.
right.
Yeah.
Some of the best things I do see them that they do. Being punctual, being, you know, getting up on time, you know, not, I can't say that they're always getting up at 5 a.m., but they are getting up early enough to do the things that they need to do and always being punctual. So.
It's kind of neat when you were talking about you saw your parents read and you were a reader,
Right.
and then now they're reading. So that's like from generation to generation being instilled. You know, we always talk about generational wealth, breaking generational curses, but it starts with those small things that we do, those small habits, if you will, that we do on a day-to-day basis. What when you say you saw your parents read, what were they reading, if you don't mind me asking? Like, was it newspaper, books, what was?
Absolutely. My parents, my mother, I'm originally from South Carolina, so at that time we had the State and the Record for the newspaper.
Okay.
So she read that religiously. But we were the only family in my community that had encyclopedias. My
Wow.
mom read encyclopedias. And my dad got the Time True Crime books. They were these little books. They would come every month, and they, you know, had true crime. And so that's another thing. I've always been a true crime buff, and my children now, that's all they watch.
Okay.
Is true crime.
So it's just that's been passed along.
So passed along. But my mom, you know, she did the Home and Garden and the newspaper, but she was just an avid reader. She read the newspaper every day, and when she passed, we found this whole book of clippings from Ann Lander that she thought was good advice for us. You know, they'd always appear on the refrigerator, but then we found a whole book that she was saving. So
Wow, I would love to do something like that, leave something like that. Wow.
Man, you're talking about being intentional.
Yeah.
very
You
intentional.
know, she's reading, and what you just say, anything that she thought was good advice, it would be
Absolutely.
posted on
Posted
the.
on the refrigerator. Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. That is so
And
cool.
they were taken down and put in a book.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And
Can I ask you?
I had another question, but I forgot. Go ahead, Josh.
Have y'all ever? I may be showing y'all's age again. Have y'all ever seen Players Club?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember Diamond in that movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did Diamond have a saying that you want to share with us?
It's very relative, yeah. Because we're talking about lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So Diamond
From
was a
Players Club.
stripper, right?
Right.
She's
Yeah.
she's an entertainer,
Yeah.
but her lifestyle wasn't. But her lifestyle wasn't like what you would picture as someone in that adult entertainment, right?
Right.
Her lifestyle was totally different.
Right.
I think that's just a testament to, if you have goals and whatnot, that doesn't mean that your lifestyle has to be a certain way. You know what I mean? I feel like you have youth who are discouraged from doing things like being doctors and being in different professions because they don't see what they want within that profession. You know what I mean? So they may be attracted to just the thrill of things, adventure and whatnot. And so they may go different paths because they don't see it in there. That's a profession that doesn't look like me, and I don't feel like my lifestyle, the lifestyle I'm looking at, especially like a lot of black males, young black youth, I feel like, young black males, the lifestyle that I picture for that doesn't look like it fits me. But you get into that profession, you can't do everything you might, but you can do a lot of those things. You can still be yourself. You can still do things that you want to do. You know, you don't have to hold yourself to the standards of the lifestyle that's portrayed, you know.
You cleaned that up real well.
Yeah, well, I know I started kind of, you know, but you know, that's where my mind went to though, because she was in that Diamond, yeah.
Your mind went to Diamond.
to her lifestyle, you know, because I mean, you had every other main character in that movie that was a adult entertainer, right? Their lifestyle, they were really in that lifestyle that was tied to that. Yeah. But she wasn't though. You know, and I mean, I'm sure you got some adult entertainers out there that, you know, and just all kinds of professions where they lifestyle aren't. Mm-hmm.
Remember the whole thing about the movie, but didn't she have a family?
Yes.
Like wasn't she in school or something?
Diamond was Lisa Ray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So Diamond came from the mom and the dad.
Right.
The mom and the dad was watching her daughter, and she was in school, and she was doing it at that time. She could do it undercover. And it was for money for school, and then they found out at some point. So you did well. You did well with bringing that in.
You did well.
Yeah, but she still. I mean, the point though, you know, she was in that like everyone else, but her lifestyle didn't fit that though.
Because of exposure, right? Of what you are exposed to. So, you know, you brought up the fact of young black males. Of course, you know, at Boys and Girls Club, we really do our best to mentor them, to pour into them, to give them exposure to different things. So if you think about what's kind of portrayed as a lifestyle of a drug dealer, right? There's fast money, there's fancy cars, but because of the lack of exposure that our youth may get to other things, they see those experiences and they think that they're okay.
They gravitate.
But if they gravitate to them because, you know, that's the lifestyle, right? You know, they're driving fast cars, they're doing this, they're doing that. But if we have an opportunity to expose them to different things, then they could see that that lifestyle that you're considering can be accomplished with in a whole lot of other ways.
Yes.
Like this isn't just it. This isn't the only way to get money. And so that's one of the reasons why we really try to expose them to different vocations, you know, different people in the community that are doing different things, because if they never get the opportunity to see outside of that, then they'll never know, like you said, that as a doctor, they could get it, and that there are other things that as a doctor you can get that you know, you may have the same money as a drug dealer, but there's so much more that you can get, such as respect, such as the opportunity to sleep peacefully, you know, the opportunity to live in a certain neighborhood and be okay there, you know. So I think it's really about exposure, and I think that is what made the difference for Diamond.
For Diamond, yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, potentially some of the other characters.
And as you were saying that, Josh, I'm glad you brought in the exposure piece of it. As you were saying it, when you were talking about maybe you don't see a doctor that's making X, Y, Z, or maybe you don't see a doctor that's presenting in a way that you want to present. Well, you know, my thought is be what you don't see. You can be that person, and I feel that it's as if it's my duty as an African American therapist. You know, supposedly you don't see a lot of us out here. I see a lot of them. Maybe I just see them because I know them and I see what I see. But anyway, I try to be intentional again about presentation. How I present myself as a therapist, let them know this is what I do, this is the path that I took, and you know, to some degree, you got to have some deferred gratification too, because you know that money is not necessarily going to come in the immediate, no matter what profession you decide. Even if you decide to be a social influencer, you're not coming out the gate with a whole bunch of money. You got to build a following. So the same amount of effort and time that you put into some of these things that we think are quick, if you put it into a particular profession, you can get more or less the same results. But and then once you get those same results, be what you don't see, so that other people can then say, oh, okay, I see this guy doing this lady doing this.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I think you was gonna say, and you know, I think a lot of us, even like myself, to be what you want to see. I didn't really get that until I got older, though. I feel like we got to reach. I feel like it's a combination of what both of y'all are saying. Like we got to reach them, expose those children early, and keep that in their mind. You know, as we're exposing them, be what you want to see. You know, because otherwise, you know, what they're seeing is gonna trump over what they don't. You know,
Yep.
so it's like we have to keep engaging, and not just us, but to our community, right? The people in our community. It takes a village. It really does. I promise. It took my aunties and my grandma, and it took my uncles, everybody to raise me. You know, so
Because you was watching Diamond.
Because I was, you know, and I like Diamond. I like Diamond.
Still see, he's old enough to have seen Players Club.
Yeah. I was pretty
even
young
if he
when I
didn't
first saw
see
Players Club.
there was a previous episode that he
It came on BET though.
chose to share with
Now,
us.
right?
Well, no, it was on BET when I was like what?
Yeah, but
15?
Y'all didn't have controls on your TV?
I had my own TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was young, I had a TV in my room. Yeah.
We didn't have any.
Don't ask too many questions.
Why, showing you?
He gonna give all the answers out. His auntie's gonna be like, wait a minute, that's what Josh was doing back there.
Exactly.
That's what he was
Well,
watching.
you know, they block stuff out and stuff like that. But yeah, Players Club, BET. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
know,
22.
we had HBO.
MTV.
My parents had HBO, but they didn't
Cinemax.
have the subscription. But you can, you know, look through the lines, and you know, we had those TVs where you could. It was kind of like a radio. You could turn the knob.
We actually had that though.
And so you could see.
When I was really young.
Yeah, you could see some of the good enough, the picture good enough to be able to see what was going on. So yeah.
Once you got cable too.
Yeah.
Hello, what are you talking about? Are you talking about regular channels, or are you talking about channels you don't have no business looking
He's
at?
talking about
I'm
channels
talking
he
about-
doesn't have any business.
No, it was regular. Well, HBO.
No.
That's what he said.
That's exactly what he's talking about. We all know exactly what he's talking about.
We digress.
Look, he's trying to rig it, trying to get the channel to come through and everything.
Yeah.
He's telling on himself
And he's
over here.
telling on himself.
He
Right?
messing with knobs, messing with antennas.
We digress. Let's get back to exposure. Some of us
Oh,
was
you was exposed, all right. That's what it sounds
Some of
like.
us was exposed in a lot of different things.
Exactly.
But there again, we have to be intentional about what
There you go.
we expose ourselves to, what we expose those people that's around us to.
Definitely.
And then going back to what you were saying, you made a statement. Kids watch, and they kind of follow after what they see more so than what
you
they
tell
hear.
them.
So and that reminds me. I think the first time I saw a black pilot, I want to say was last year
In real life, you mean?
in real life.
Oh, wow.
I was coming back from New York, and he was flying the plane. I took a picture with him. I'm gonna post
That's
it
dope.
today.
That's dope.
I'm gonna post it. But yeah, that was the first time that I saw it. But I remember seeing planes and thinking, dang, it'd be cool for me to be a pilot. But you never saw one
Right.
that looked like us.
Right.
So you know, I think it was Baldwin. What's his name? What's his first name? What's Baldwin's first name?
James.
James Baldwin.
Really
they have,
dope guy.
They have this documentary, I Am Negro, and on there he said it was his duty to be what he's going to be. It's his duty to sit beside a white person so that they can have that experience with him.
Right.
It's his duty. And when we begin to look at things like it's our duty,
Right.
it'll change how we move. It'll change what our habits
Change your
are.
lifestyle.
I remember going to school and I had this shirt on. Here I go with this. I'm about to tell on myself again. I love T-shirts and I love sayings on T-shirts. And I had this inappropriate saying on my T-shirt. It had some sexual connotations to it, right? And I'm
But
wearing
your imaginations weren't wild.
Yeah, I'm wearing it to class, and my teacher, who looks just like me, calls me out. Nobody else would call me out, but that teacher called me out. I was like, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" Because I like the shirt. Yeah, but you shouldn't wear that shirt. And I think we had a brief discussion, not like I wasn't going back and forth with her, but a discussion. And she hit me when she said, "So what if your little sister or your little cousin see this T-shirt and they ask you the meaning behind it?" And I wasn't prepared for that. And I was way younger then. Mm-hmm. But it brought my attention to just, again, being intentional and being aware of everything that I do can influence anyone.
Most definitely.
In any way. So.
Most definitely.
All right. So before we leave, Sabrina, I want you to give us more than you gave us in the beginning. You gave us, you work with the Boys and Girls Club. I don't even know if you told us your position. So give us a little heads up. How can people get involved, whether that be people who are being intentional and want to expose the kids, or how can kids get involved who want exposure, who want to be influenced, or taught about healthy lifestyles? Just give us some more. This is your commercial right now.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity. I didn't want to take that liberty in the beginning, so I just gave you what you asked. But Boys and Girls Club has been around for about 160 years, serving kids in communities just like ours. I am the executive director of Boys and Girls Club of the Lakelands. We've been here now for about 3 years. We recently opened during COVID the STARS 24 Teen Center, which was a brainchild of Josh Norman, who actually donated the first $1 million.
Shout out.
Absolutely. And we celebrated the 2-year anniversary for the Teen Center this past Tuesday. But we serve kids, right? It's been a long 2 years, y'all. But we serve kids from ages 4 to 18. We have school-based programs at Matthews, Mays, Pinecrest, and Lakeview, where we serve kids in an after-school capacity from dismissal until 6:30 p.m. And then we serve kids after that age, going into their teens. We say 13 to 18. At our STARS 24 Teen Center, and we do that from 3:30 or when they're dismissed until 8 p.m. We recently bought a bus so that we can take kids home after that time, but we intentionally stay open later because we know that 3 to 9 p.m. is a critical time for teens. And really, we're just a youth development organization that does our best to pour into kids. We have a lot of opportunities there. We have about 12,000 square feet of space that's dedicated to teens. But even in our school-based programs, we're all about academic achievement, health and wellness, and character and citizenship. In our Teen Center, we also do a great focus on vocation, but exposing them to a lot of different things. The Art Center has become very familiar to a lot of our kids.
That's where we're recording it right now, the Art Center.
Absolutely. And this has been become a very familiar place to a lot of them, some of whom had never been in the Art Center before, but we've had our own exhibit here called the VIP Experience. Every Wednesday, our students are working with the Greenwood Area Studio Potters to create pieces that they will sell in May at the Earth into Art Sale. And that's a big deal because they did that last year and actually earned enough to buy 2 Potter's Wheels for the Teen Center.
Wow.
We're also right now working with Winston Stewart and his fiance Josephine to do a short film that will be submitted to the South Carolina Young Filmmakers.
All right.
We're really excited about that. Yeah, we have a music and recording studio at the Teen Center. that we are hoping to get volunteers to come in and help our youth learn a little bit more about using it. And
Dope.
like to see them actually run that studio. So, but we are really about pouring into kids, trying to give them a safe place to be after school. We try to be affordable for families that need it, because there is a charge for the younger kids. Everything at the teen center is free. If anybody is interested in volunteering, we are always open, and we don't tell you what to come and volunteer to do. We say bring your gifts and we'll make room for it. If anybody is interested, they can reach us at 864-942-5662. We're located at 125 North University Street at the Old Brewer complex where the Old Brewer High School was. And our website is lakelands.begreat.club. So thank you for that opportunity.
Y'all got a lot going on over there.
Yeah.
But you said something about the film. They're putting together a short film.
A short film. So the young filmmakers, they have a contest every year. And so this year, our students are getting involved with it, and they are making a short 2-minute film that they will submit for consideration. We are really excited about it. We had Winston and his fiance come in and volunteer with us. And we were not expecting what they are giving us. Man, it is top notch. So we are really excited about that. And we will have a screening for that film before the actual submission. And we'll let you know about that.
Oh, man, I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that.
So we're really excited about the opportunities and the things that we're able to expose kids to. I know that on your QD, you talked about some of the adverse things that kids are exposed to. We're very familiar with ACEs and try to be a trauma-informed organization for them. We have a wellness room that is there that is dedicated to that, because we know that mental health is important. We know that it's important for our teens. We know that it's important for our community altogether, but we really focus on that. We have someone to come in and talk with them around their anxiety, depression, because it's not all about fun and games. Kids are really experiencing things that are having a negative and impactful effect on their lives. And so we're really just trying to be there to give them exactly what I know Josh wanted for them, which was an opportunity.
An opportunity.
So we're really excited, and I say every day, as we think about lifestyles or experiences, I think about the experiences that I had in my life that has made me equipped to do this. And I feel every day like I get to do this, right? So this is something that you really want to do. You get excited about it. So it's not something I have to do, but it's something I get to do, to pour into kids, to make the opportunities available to them to have better experiences in their life so that they can have a good lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you for coming on and sharing and pouring into us, to the listeners that's out there. Thank you for your presence on today. And hopefully this won't be the last time that you and I work together. My plan, of course, is to come in later this month to do some work. But
you know that Monday is the 27th.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about when.
On the 28th.
Well, I'm talking about when the episode come out, which would be in March. So by the end of March, when somebody see you again in April, and you say that Curvin come over there and help you out, you're gonna be like, yep. He did.
Now, you know that they really had a good time when you guys came. So we really are, hoping to get you back.
Yeah. Definitely going to be there.
So
I'm going to be there for about a week, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
be there about a week.
We're open Monday through Friday until 8 p.m. And if you need a ride home, we'll be
Got the bus. That's big. That's really good. That's big.
Home. So just let us know.
Okay.
But we appreciate the time that you give. We know you pour into a lot of kids, and we really appreciate that. So
Thank you.
however you do it, we appreciate it.
Shouts out to Curvin.
Yeah.
And Josh on his Let's Talk About It platform.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate
definitely go over there and check that out on YouTube.
Joshua Garvey Williams, YouTube, definitely.
He gives a platform where he gives questions and talk to people in various locations about life, health, family, culture.
He has some hard questions.
Yeah. Some of them trip you up.
Some are very thought-provoking.
Yeah, that's the meaning behind it. You know, I want people to put thought into their lifestyles.
Yeah. All right, we're coming to an end. So subscribe to Speaking with Gravity on Facebook and Instagram. We'll make it easy for you and put it in the show notes. Also, if you have event rentals that you're needing to spice up your gathering, check out 6-1 Event Rentals there on Facebook. And, of course, we'll have that in the show notes as well. Kodak Ready Consulting is another option. It's not therapy, but it's solution focused. So if you want to kind of get your goals together and get in line, just check out Kodak Ready. Also, Gravity Counseling Group, which I'm owner of. We have a wellness group every fourth Monday of the month, specifically for men. So men can come out and, we have topics like resilience, healthy relationships, emotional intelligence. So just reach out to us and we'll get you to the right place. And shout out to Mr. Winston for holding down the audio visual production. So he's all over this particular city. He helps
everywhere. Speaking
with Gravity out, but also helps out with Boys and Girls. And I'm looking forward to seeing that mini film. Never know where it's going to go. Mini film might turn into a video, which might turn into a movie. We might have another or Spike Lee.
There you go.
Here in Greenwood.
They're serious about that. Mm-hmm. They take that work serious, and we really appreciate it because not only do our kids get to participate with that, but they get to see someone in that capacity, and they see the level of commitment that they get to it, and I think that's tremendous.
Shout out to Winston.
Yes.
Shout out.
Josh, you have any? And Josephine too.
Yeah.
Well, again, want to give you your flowers. I don't have any real flowers, but 50 episodes, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's number 50. It's number 50. That's crazy.
Round of applause.
That's crazy. 50, I mean, your consistency, your work ethic, that shows, with you being at 50 episodes. I know I haven't been around for all 50, but,
You did your part, though.
I've tried my best, but 50 episodes, that's big, man. And looking forward to 50 more.
Yeah. All right, thank y'all for taking the time to listen to us. You could be doing anything in the world right now, but you chose to listen to us, and we appreciate that. Remember, I'm the therapist. He's not, I'm the therapist.
Not at all.
But this ain't therapy, it's a podcast.
I'm not at all. I'm up here talking about diamond. I ain't up here.
I know some things, but I'm not here.
This man said diamond.
That was a good,